5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Have you ever seen these arcade games where you have to take a ball or a puck or something like that and drop it through the top of this thing? And then it's going to hit pins, and it's going to go left, and it's going to go right. And the whole idea is to get it into the magic slot at the bottom where you get the winning score or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Our next guest has that kind of background. I think I have that kind of background, too, actually. It says here, listen to this. Her name is Robin Tidwell.
Yep.
She has worked, are you ready for this?
Yep.
As a snack bar cook, as a salad prepper, as a camp counselor, as a waitress, a receptionist, housekeeper, freelancer, editor, employment consultant, manager, and she's even worked with advertising sales, cookware sales, car sales, skincare sales.
She's everywhere.
Multi-level marketing. I love that one.
Yeah, she's
and then
great.
All that bouncing around, to use my metaphor, and she finally hit the jackpot because she found her life's calling to be an author.
Yep.
And from what I understand, it all started out when her grandmother insisted that she read Gone with the Wind before she went to see the movie.
Yes.
Which I love that.
Great idea.
Good for Grandma. Robin Tidwell, I'm looking forward to hearing about your book. It's called Recycled, and it's an honor to have you on the show. Good morning, Robin.
Well, good morning to you, and thank you so much for having me. And wow, that was one heck of an introduction.
Well, you've been bouncing around all your life. Did you not believe that you could do this, or what happened? How come you weren't just jumping right into being an author?
Well, I had somebody once who told me that I was afraid of success. And there might be something to that.
You know what?
I'm not sure. Maybe I just didn't have the confidence. I don't know.
Well, you know what they say? There's a time for everything, and this seems like the time for you. Thank you for being on the air with us. So is Recycled your first novel? I know you've written a lot in your life, but I mean, is this the first published novel?
Actually, it is the third. There are two others in the series, Reduced and Reused. And Recycled is the third, and then Repeat is coming out in March.
Oh, okay. And where are you right now?
I am in St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, which is what, freezing? Is it freezing cold there?
Yes. It is 16 with a wind chill of 1.
Oh, man.
Wow.
See, we are basking right now. We've got palm trees. Robin is in her bikini. I'm sitting here in my Bermuda shorts.
We got a guy behind us fanning us with his palm fronds.
I got grapes being fed to me by some Egyptian girl.
Well, you know what? On Tuesday, my daughter flew to Orlando. She's going to be there for a month, and I'm extremely jealous.
No. Well, we're really misleading you. It's like 40 degrees right now.
Yeah. We have sweaters and boots on.
And overcast.
Hey, it's above freezing, so you know.
It's our kind of winter, but anyway. So tell us what's in the story. What is the story about?
Well, as I said, Recycled is the third book in the series, and that is when Abby and Allison and a few others travel from St. Louis to Chicago to fight back against the dystopian, futuristic government.
And do we need to read the first two before we get this one? Do we have to, or does this stand alone?
It would stand alone, but you might have some questions. I talked to a gal recently who started to read it, realized there were two other books, stopped, and went back to read the first two.
That would be the way I would do it, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've often come across books that are, somewhere down in a series, and I have to stop and start at the beginning.
So do your readers already know what Ultratron is, right?
Pardon me?
They already know what Ultratron is?
Yes.
Okay. See, I don't know what Ultratron is. What is that?
It's a corporation. It's a major corporation that is developing or had developed a virus to reduce the world population.
Oh, a real virus, a human virus.
Yes.
Oh.
Of course, as these things go, something went horribly wrong.
Oh, man.
In your quest to be the good writer that you are, you had to do a lot of research on the story, not even into the chemical effects, but also into the terrain of the city as well. You had to, because it all sounds so believable.
Well, thank you. As a St. Louis native, I'm very familiar with this area, outlying counties and so forth, where most of Reduced takes place. I've actually never been to Chicago, but I did do a lot of research, and I have friends, and, well, up until a few days ago, my daughter, who lived up there, and were able to confirm certain details.
Oh, really? So I've never been to Chicago either. I was telling Robin the other day, my son and his wife went to New York, which is where I'm from. And so I was kind of living through their eyes, kind of homesick for. I said, I want to go to a city that I've never been to and experience what that's like. So Chicago would be the city, I think.
Yeah, I would like to go there someday, maybe.
So how did the idea come to you? And it must have hit you as more than just an idea. I mean, it must have come in a powerful way in order for you to write 3 novels about it.
Well, when I write, I tend to just sit down and write, and I ignore everything, my business, my family, everything. I'm lucky sometimes that I remember to eat, but sadly I remember that all too often. The idea for Reduced came to me late one night, January 31st, 2012. And this is why I know the exact date. I really wanted a snack, and chips and salsa sounded really good. Unfortunately, it was about 10 o'clock at night, and that's not a good idea.
That's right.
I woke up at 3 in the morning, just, bam, out of a dead sleep, and I had had this dream where this girl was in a convenience store and there were bad guys, and so, in a nutshell, she shot them. And I knew who she was. I knew all these things. So I got up the next morning, February 1st, and started writing the first book.
Okay,
wow.
So I'm taking notes.
I built it around that one scene.
So I'm taking notes. The secret to being a good author, just before you go to bed, have chips and salsa.
Yes, that's my only explanation.
You weren't pregnant at the time, were you?
Oh God, no. No. I turned 50 this year, or last year. Sorry.
Hey,
how old I am.
It can happen. It can happen.
It's
oh no, it can't.
It's very wonderful how you're able to keep the personalities of each of the characters on each character without intertwining them with one another. They have their own personalities, and it's a pleasure to read, because sometimes you have surprises in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to tell what they are.
No.
We don't want to spoil anything.
It's intriguing.
Yes. There are a few.
What are there any times when you're writing a book, whether it's this one or any of them, where you yourself are entering into an area that your characters are pulling you into, but it's either too deep for you, too embarrassing for you in your world, but you write it anyway? Does that ever happen?
I do tend to argue with those characters sometimes. They want to go in a particular direction, but maybe I'm not ready for them to do that yet. So,
wow.
not so much embarrassing or difficult. I'm trying to think. I don't. If you've read it, of course, I don't go for a lot of the romance and contemporary romance, particularly, that can be so popular these days. Right. I don't really care to read that, so I'm not going to write it. That would be embarrassing for me to write, so, I don't.
I have a copy of the book. It's called Recycled. It's written by Robin Tidwell. Call me if you want the copy that was sent to us. I will be glad to allow you to pick it up here at the studio. How do the rest of us go by it? Do you have a website, Robin?
I do have a website. It's robintidwell.com. They're also available Amazon, Barnes & Noble, local bookstores. You can get them just about anywhere. Okay.
And Tidwell is spelled Tidwell, correct?
Yes.
Okay, robintidwell.com. Call us if you need that repeated. And again, go to Amazon, go to Robin's website, and the book is called Recycled. It's a mystery novel. You will love it. Get the other 2 books, too, and catch up with everything. Robin, good luck with what you're doing with your writing, and thank you for being on our show.
Okay, well, thanks again for having me.
That was fun. You were a fun interview.
Yeah.
Stay warm up in that cold city.
Well, I'll be happy to come back in March when the next one comes out.
Oh, well, you're definitely welcome to. Who's her?
Oh,
PJ?
Yeah,
PJ.
we'll keep in touch with PJ.
Yeah, work with PJ, and she'll get you back on, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Thank
again.
you. That was fun. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A blend of sun and clouds this afternoon, high 64 to 75. Patchy clouds, chilly tonight, low 40 to 55.